clef.
So he would write the music that way. Okay. Double clef, double
When
treble.
we had our meetings, later on we voted on, we got to have bass clef. The accordion, the bass has to have bass notes. So if you don't have the bass clef, it's not okayed by the AAA. You see?
Was it hard to get everyone to agree to one standard?
Pietro Dero was always, because he was trying to, entertain his business and keep it,
Mm-hmm.
But everybody agreed. They're all professional players, all the Magnanti, Viviano, Goldman, and several others. They all used to play on CBS, NBC, and WOR.
Uh-huh.
So
I've seen old music also. I have seen old music that has double treble clefs. I've also seen old music that has bass and then the whole chord printed.
yeah, well, that's Gallerini. Gallerini stuck to that. You really don't need it. You see, he's a good friend of mine,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't criticize him, but for the accordion, it's wrong. He works too hard. When he arranges a number, he puts on the full chord notation. You don't need it, because the notes that come out of the accordion are not the ones that are written. Now we have just, if it's a major chord, an M, capital M. We agreed on that. A small M is minor.
Mm-hmm.
And 7 for seventh. And D for diminished. That's all. You don't need a full chord.
I've seen accordions that also the bass. I've seen different configurations for the bass. I've also seen augmented. An extra
you
reed.
can have 7 rows,
Seven
augmented
rows.
row.
Yeah. But that didn't seem to catch on. Is that just you?
No,
I'm sure you've seen all the different types of
you don't need
ideas that have been tried.
You don't need a chord with augmented.
Palmer, I think it was Palmer Hughes, came out with the 160. They had a couple extra rows. What happened to that?
That died. Nobody bought it. It's too expensive to make. You
Yeah.
see? The more expensive you make the instrument, the fewer sales you'll have.
It didn't give any advantage of playing, having extra basses?
No. Now you make your chords with your right hand. All you need is a bass note. That's all.
What about free bass? Do you believe, you make use of a lot of free
Yeah,
bass?
I got students with the free bass.
What about you?
I used to play the free bass.
Do you think that has a place?
Had 4 octaves. Yeah, I had an accordion. I got a pupil that comes almost every week. And as a matter of fact, he's going to play one number. I've forgotten the name of
Oh, I know. Yes, I know.
That's a piano solo,
Yes.
Now he plays that on the free bass accordion. And he plays it exactly the way it's written for the piano.
Oh.
All the notes on the left hand, he plays them in the right octaves.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got an accordion that's got 4 octaves. I made it for him.
Oh.
I had a dozen of them. They're all gone. He bought the last instrument, $5,000. That's cheap for an instrument like that. They want $10,000 now in Italy if you want something like that
Mm-hmm.
made.
How many students do you have now?
Just about 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. Not 200 or 300.
Nah.
How many did you ever, when you were in your big, when you were back in, I guess,
When I was
Newark?
very big, I used to be down at the Loews Theater building on Broad Street in Newark. I had 5 teachers.
Wow.
All, one fellow used to teach harmony and saxophone. and the other 4 was all accordion teachers. I had 4 accordion teachers that were busy teaching students.
Were they teaching private or was it classes? You know how you can teach one big class at one time or one-on-one.
One-on-one.
One-on.
Yeah.
It seems like when I read through the old literature, classes they tried to create classes.
Well, they used to have little orchestras, you
Yeah.
know, groups playing, quartets, band arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
See, but it's not too big today.
So you had five teachers working for you, and then you also taught.
Yeah,
And did you perform at the same time, or you were just teaching?
I used to eat my supper at 11 o'clock at night. Would you believe it? I was so busy. 18 hours a day I used to work for 50 years. 35 shows a week I used to do. 4 times a day I used to go to New York,
Uh-huh.
drive in and out. That was it. I tell you, being busy like that is what's kept me alive.
I believe it.
If I didn't do that, I'd be dead by now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I believe it. That's the key to life.
That's
Keep them
right.
busy.
that's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.